मध्ये रामेणाभिहता निशाचरचमू रामाय तस्मै नमः। रामान्नास्ति परायणं परतरं रामस्य दासोऽस्म्यहम्। रामे चित्तलयस्तदा भूत मे भो राम मामुद्धर। राम रामेति रामेति रमे रामे मनोरमे। सहस्रनाम तत्तुल्यं राम नाम वरानने। श्रीराम नाम वरानन ओं नमः इति। अतः श्री महाश्र सूत्राणि अयण ऋक ए ओंग आई औच हयवरट लं ञमंगणनम जबैंज गड़दश जब गड़दश खफ छ छ थ च ठ तव कफै शशसर हल इति महाश्र सूत्राणि. I think last time we will start looking at this verse. आततज्जं मकरोत्स संसदा विस्मय स्तिमित नेत्रमीक्षितः शैल सारम् अपि नाति यत्नतः पुष्पचापमिव पेशलं स्मरः. One more time. आततज्जं मकरोत्स संसदा विस्मय स्तिमित नेत्रमीक्षितः शैल सारम् अपि नाति यत्नतः पुष्पचापमिव पेशलं स्मरः. So Padachida is done for you by Malinatha. He says Saha Ramaha. So Saha is a pronoun. Again, always find out who's behind the pronoun. So because it's pronouns and adjectives, they don't have their own gender, number, case. They depend on somebody else to give them that. So always stop and ask a simple question. Who is supporting the adjective pronoun? Adhara kutra asti, ashraya kutra asti, visheshanasya, अथवा सर्वनाम शब्दस्य आधारान्यद अन्यः आधारः भवेदेव. They have to have some other support. So he gives Ramaha. Why does he give that? Because it's not in the verse, so it has to be brought in from the context. Now samsada. Samsada is the word sabhaya. Samsad is the assembly sabha. So samsada is sabhaya. So it's clarifying that this is a Titiya Ekavachanam. Again, we read this kavyam because you can expand the vocabulary. So Sabha and Samsad are, Paryaya Shabda. So they have the alternative words. So Samsada is Sabhaya. Now, is this whole big compound, Vismaya, Stimita, Netram. That's the next big compound. Now, you want to try this one, Wayne, for us? What do you think of this compound? Vismaya Stimita Netram. You read the Vigraha Vakyam first. It's Vismayena.
Vismayena Stimite Netra, it says. So it's all Tritiya.
No, keep on going.
Oh, Yasmin Karmani Tadyata. Sai. Sya.
Yatha Syat Tatha.
Syat Tatha.
Syat Tatha. So let's start today's document. This phrase, Yatha Syat Tatha, is the phrase that you want to catch there. Yatha Syat Tatha. So that means that is the technical way of saying adverb. Adverb. So this phrase Yatha Syat Tatha, you will see it in commentaries all the time. And that means that it's an adverb. Yatha Syat Tatha. So make a note of this one. Yatha Syat Tatha means
adverb.
Means that we have an adverb. Means in that the action was done in that manner. It qualifies some verb. Yatha Syat Tatha. So please keep this is a very important phrase. Yatha Syat Tatha. Please make a note of this. And the moment you see this means you have an adverb. Okay? So it's an important thing because these technical terms we don't know. So that's what makes these commentaries difficult for us. But once you know the technical jargon, in tantrik shabdaha nyayante chet, tat paschat tikam bhashyam cha padhitum shakyate anayasena. You can easily make out these terms and you can check them out. Okay, so let's go back to that. So let's remove that part, Yatha Syat Tatha, and then see what we have. So it says, Vismayena Stimite Netre Yasmin Karmani Tat. That's what we are dealing with. So Vismayena Stimite Netre Yasmin Karmani Tat. So we have Vismaya, Stimita, Netra. The Vismaya itself actually is a compound. It's a Gati Samasaha, which means because that V is a Upasarga, Upasarga also get Gati Sanya. Remember, I remind you all the time of this. We won't go in all the details, but let's look at quickly this section about the Kugati Pradayaha. I think 1458 is, no sorry, Pradayaha, not Kugati Pradayaha, Pradayaha. So Pradayaha is 1458. So Pradis are a part of Nipatas. So Nipatas start from here. Prag Rishwaran Nipataha. Interesting Paninian term. Prag Rishwaran Nipataha. After the word Rishwara. Where does the word Rishwara come? Rishwara comes somewhere here. Prag Rishwaran Nipataha. I think Adhirishware. You have up to Adhirishware. So this is the word Rishware. Actually, Sutram is Adhihi Ishware. So, so up to this word Rishwara, this is a section of Nipatas. Prag Rishwara Nipataha. Within that, and before we even go there, all Nipatas also get the Avyaya Sanya because of the Swaradi Nipatam Avyayam. Swaradi Nipatam. So we should really start from there. Swaradi Nipatam Avyayam 1137. There are only 5 sutras in Ashtadhyaya, only 5 rules which tell you what is an Avyaya. 1137 to 1141. Swaradi Nipatam Avyayam Taditascha Sarvabhakti Krunme Jantaha Tva Sunka Sunaha Avyabhavascha. So Kevalam Panchaniyamaha Eva Santi Ashtadhyayam. Avyaya Vishayaha Avyaya Vishayani Sutrani Pancha Eva. These give the Avyaya Sanya. This Avyaya Sanya. So all Nipatas are Avyayas, and within the Nipatas you have this Paradayaha. So Paradayaha gets the Nipata Sanya, the Avyayas. But then the next one is Upasarga Kriya Yoge. When they go Kriya Yoge, they get Upasarga Sanya. And Gatishcha next Sutra. So they also get the Gati Sanya. Again Kriya Yoga. So why do we have 2 names? We have 2 names because the Gatishcha Sanya, Gati Sanya, is also applicable to other things. So Anyesham api Gati Sanya bhavati. Upasargaha tu kevalam Pradaya eva. Upasarga is reserved for the Pradis only when they become Kriya Yoga. While the Gati includes the Pradis Kriya Yoga and bunch of others which are coming here. So right now we have this form Vismaya, should say Vismaya. So this is a V is a Pradi. The Pradis are 22. If you want, you can quickly look at these Pradis. Pradis are well worth keeping in mind. So there are only 22 or so the Pradayaha. Kugati Pradayaha 1458 is only about 22 of them. So it is good to keep this list on your wall somewhere. We have the Vyakarana Vitti, Vyakarana wall. One place you can keep this Pradayaha. So they are here they are. Para, Para, Apa, Sam, Anu, Ava, Nis, Nir, Dus, Dur, Vi. That V is here. Ang, Ni, Adhi, Api, Ati, Su, Ud, Abhi, Prati, Pari, Up. So that is what it's giving. So now, note by the way, the O is not an Upasarga, but the Ang is an Upasarga. So this, we got the Gati Sanya, and then we can do Kugati Pradayaha, the special case of Tatpurusha compound. See, as I told you many times, if you want to form any compound in this language, you have to find a sutram in 2.1 or 2.2 to justify the compound. So, Samasa Vidhayaka Sutrani. And within that, from 2.1.2.2 to 2.2.2.2, Tatpurushas, and at the end of that section, the sutram called Kugati Pradayaha. I think it's 2.2 around 18. Kugati Pradayaha. So these Gati Sanyakas, which in this case the V got a Gati Sanya, that can be compounded with another sup, in this case the Smayaha. The Smayaha is very quickly, Dhatu is Smi. Smi is also to smile. Same as in English, Smi to smile. But here what has happened, we have created a noun out of here. So that, by the way, the V got the Upasarga Sanya because it was directly acting on the Dhatu Smi. It's not like some other Dhatu was implied in between. Directly in conjunction with the dhatu smi was the veep. So tasmat upasarga sanya jata and gati sanya api upasarga sanya jata and gati sanya api jata. It has to be directly with that dhatu only, not the dhatu in between is implied. That's different. So let's finish out the small form smayaha. So we get smi plus this sutram called erach. The same ach pratyaya is used in different places and different meanings. So also the thing, let's go to Ashtadhyaya for a second. We have the sutram pachadyach. That creates adjectives in the active sense. Pachati iti pachaha. That's Nandi grahi pachadibhyo lyuninya. That's not the one that we want here. But that will create an adjective qualifying somebody else. It will also be an active in the active sense. Vismaya yam is only wonder. So Panini creates nouns in the Ashtadhyayi only really in this 3.3. In 3.3 is a single important pada in Ashtadhyayi. That Panini will create nouns from verbs. Within that, first he talks about masculine nouns, then feminine, then neuter. In the masculine, the default pratyaya is pratyaya called ghani. So this, of course, ghani only means when you do lashak patadyate and halantyam anubandha lope akara avashishyate. So it is just an akara. But the problem is that if you use it on dhatu smi, because of 72115 vachonyati, you get the vriddhi, it will become smayaha. It will not give us the right form. So it's very obvious. We don't have the pratyaya ghani right now. Because if you have that ghani has a chavarga panchama varnaha idrupena vartate. It is an it. That will trigger off the 72115, which is achonyati, and then it's a wrong form, become smayaha, becomes smai and then becomes smayaha. So there must be an apavada for that ghani pratyaya. But once you find the dhatu, your job is very easy. These answers are easy to find answers. You can go to dhatu vritti, you can go krudanta rupamala, you can go to, of course, apte, then many places you can go and find the answer. But this is an easy one, because this one, there is sutram called erach. I think around 3356 erach. Ehe ach. Means you have a e varnanta dhatu. Ehe is panchami of e. Ehe ach. So e varnanta dhatu ach pratyaya bhavati. Now this ach comes in these meanings. It comes in the meaning of bhave or akartari cha karake sanyayam. Akartari cha karake sanyayam. That time you only need bhave is all what we need. It's an abstract noun. Just brings out the action of that verb. So smi is to smile. Vismi is to be wonderstruck. So vismaya means wonder. So what we're using here, we're using this erach in the bhavarthe. So 3356. When we use erach 3356, of course here we can only do the sarvadhataka ardhadhataka yoho gunaha. And then echo yavaya. Of course in the ach pratyaya halantyam, the chakar and it. So we get the form smaya I should say. So your masculine noun, so all we used was sarvadhataka ardhadhataka yoho. And then echo yavaya vaha. Sme plus becomes maya. So vismaya, we got that part. Okay, so now let's continue from there. Vismaya is a gati samasa. Now where do you want to put the brackets when? We got two more terms. We got vismaya, stimita, netra. Which one do you want to take first? Which two do you want to take first? You collapse that bracket.
Stimita netra seems to me the first one. Because Vismaya is the cause of Vismayat, Stimita makes sense.
No. Look at the commentary. Vismayena, Stimite netre yasmin karmani tat. Vigravakyam nirdishtam.
Right. See, Vismayena is in Tritiya because of netre, I think.
No, because Stimita.
Stimita is the cause, is the effect of Vismaya, isn't it?
Yes. So
I'm thinking Vismayat.
Vismayena Vismaya. Vismayena is because Vismaya is the hetu here.
Yeah, right.
Hetu. So on account of or due to, right? Or you can say, or you can even take it as a karta, by wonder. Right?
Yeah,
still
right.
Kind of.
It seems to me like Panchami, but it could be Tritiya also, I guess. Huh?
Tritiya, but the thing is, where do you want to put the first bracket? Do you want to put Vismaya Stimita? Or do you want to put Stimita? You have two choices. You can make Vismaya Stimita as the first compound, or you can make Stimita Netra as the first compound. Which one do you want to make first?
They look equal.
No, because see, if you make it Stimita Netra, then Stimita will take a secondary position. Netra will have pradhanyam.
Right.
If you do that, then the Vismaya will go with the Netra now, not with Stimita. So that will be a problem for us. If you want to make the Vismaya Stimita as the first compound, Vismaya Stimita, still by wonder. Wonder struck, in English, like wonder struck.
Okay.
Something like that. So wonder struck, in English, wonder struck eyes. The wonder struck with the first compound. And that whole thing will qualify Netra.
Okay.
So that's, so if you, by the way, this dhatu is also there. Let's look at apte. Go to apte for a second. Look at the word stimita. Just see, because this looks like a nishtha. It is a nishtha. If you just look at the dhatu stim. So stim is the stimita. To become fixed or immovable. It also becomes wet or moist. Also says to become fixed or immovable. So rigid, stimita. So stimita is, you can look what apteji says. To kartariktaha. This is a akarmaka dhatu. See, normally this is what we call as a past passive participle. Like the famous example, Ramena Vali Hataha. So that Hataha is the Vali is the karma of the action. Is the recipient of the action. But here, if you have akarmaka dhatus, then you cannot say, they cannot be in karmani arthe. They'll be active. Stimita means, stim is to be fixed or immovable. It's akarmaka dhatu. So stimita means that which has become fixed or immovable. So still, fixed or rigid, So stimita, simple, it's the state dhatu, just add ikara and make stimita as the subject. So that part is clear. Now next dhatu one is vismayena stimita, because they were rigid or they were immovable on account of wonder. So make this a Tritiya Tatpurusha first. So make Vismaya, if you want to look at the Laukika Vigraha, we will have to make it, we'll make it Vismaya. When again the noise is coming, I don't know what you did.
Okay,
but, Vismaya plus the Tritiya Bhakti, and then Stimita plus Su. So this would be the Vigraha Vakyam for Vismayena Stimita. So this is the Vigraha Vakyam. This is called as the Alaukika Vigraha, the technical Vigraha Vakyam. And this is a Tritiya Tatpurushaha. And then once you do that, the Vismaya Stimita, when you form, Tatpurusha Uttara Pradhanaha. Uttara Pada Pradhanaha Tatpurushaha. That means that the Vismaya can now be dropped out. Keep only Stimita. Means immovable eyes. So now, immovable because of what? That we don't need anymore, because we already included that in the first compound, Vismaya Stimita. Then make it, now Stimita and Netra together will form a Bahuvrihi compound, which is given by Malinatha for us. Says Stimite Netre Yasmin Karmani Tat. This is what I was talking about. First of all, the Bahuvrihi compound creates adjectives. Now what could this possibly be qualifying now? Stimita Netram. Let's forget Vismaya. Vismaya we don't need now because that's already included in the term Stimita because we formed Tatpurusha compound, Tatpurusha Uttara. So now, Ata Urdam Vismaya Padasya Prayojanam Nasti. We don't need. Just give it Stimita Netram. Stimita Netram Ikshitaha. So he was gazed, he was observed, he was looked upon by the assembly with basically immovable eyes. In that manner, in such a manner that their eyes were immovable, were stuck. Now, the Bahubali compound normally creates adjectives. That's the bottom line. They have to qualify somebody else because that's the very definition of Bahubali. So Bahubali hai Vyakhya eva tadrishi. Definition is that it is the anekam anya padartheya. What Panini says, anekam anya padartheya. You have to find the anya pradhana padam. So what padam is that? Now here, because we make a kriya visheshanam, we're making an adjective, we are making an adverb. So then what he said is that yasmin karmani. So it's qualifying the action of this ikshana kriya, which is there. That is in that, so that karma is being qualified by this Bahubali. That's what makes this compound difficult, because this is a compound which is an adverb, which is a Bahubali. And these do come, by the way. They do come once in a while. You get completely thrown off by these things. So as I said to you last time, the important to remember is that if you see a Napusalinga Pratipadikam, and Napusalinga Rupam, and which is Ditya Ekvachanam Rupam, and which is an adjective. It's not qualifying anything around. Then think of adverb. So that is what the lesson to be learned here. So he's saying, so made of Bahubri. So Stimite netre yasmin karmani tat, which is that karma in which the eyes are still. The eyes are still. Then he says yatha syat tatha, which is an adverb. And then look at the way he beautifully placed it before ikshitaha. Ikshitaha san. So being gazed upon, being looked upon, being observed by the assembly, like being observed by the assembly in such a manner that their eyes were still with wonder. So it completes that form. And ikshitaha is qualifying Ramaha. So dhatu is iksh, comes in Gita many places. Ikshate yoga yuktatma, sarvatasmadrashana, chapter 6. Many places comes in Gita. In our Gita for today, iksh comes in many places. I think at least more than one place. So ikshate yoga yuktatma, sarvatasmadrashana, chapter 6. Ikshate. Here it is, chapter 629. Ikshate yoga yuktatma. So always keep these dhatus in mind. Always keep your dhatu bank. So that's the thing about this language, is that it's an internal language. So sarvam khalu dhatujam iti vadanti. So everything is born of dhatus. It may not be everything, but at least many things you can make a very good guess. With that, if you can know the dhatu vidya vartate chet, if you have dhatu vidya, if you have knowledge of dhatus, that gives you a big advantage. So whatever dhatus you get, observe them in any form. It doesn't have to be Tingantam Rupam. It could be Kridanta Rupam, it could be Nama Shabdaha, it could be anything, anywhere it could be. So keep them and observe them. So the Iksh is the dhatu, comes in Gita. And the good news is that there are only 2,000 dhatus, out of which the wonder is that half of them are never used. Half of the dhatus are never used, which means that only left about 800 or so, and out of which, all the languages, if you speak Bengali, Gujarati, or Telugu, or Marathi, you will know most of them from your language anyway. So make a note of them. See where they come, and that will help you a lot. So, ikshitaha san. San means the present participle dhatu. As, where it comes in Gita, ajo pisanna vyatma, bhutanam ishvaro pisan, prakritim samadhisthaya, sambhavam yatmaya. Ajo pisanna vyatma comes in Gita, in I think chapter 4. Ajo pisanna vyatma. Ajo pisanna vyatma. Bhutaram Ishwaropi San. Even though I am unborn, an immutable self, even though I am the Lord of all beings. So Sun is being. Prakritim Samadhisthaya Sambhavami Apamaya. So this comes in Gita. Now next thing he says, he's now going to tackle the compound Shaila Saram Chapam. So saying Shaila Charam. Shaila Saram. The Vigraha Vakyam is Shailasya Iva Saraha Yasya Tat. Tat Shaila Saram Api Dhanuhu. Is qualifying Dhanuhu. So this is the class of compounds. Shailasya Iva Saraha. Yasya. So when you look at this word Yasya, Yasya Tat, that immediately this has to be a Bahuvrihi compound. Yat Tat has been used in the Vigraha Vakyam. Vigraha Vakya Yat Padam Tatpadam Asti Chet Bahuvrihi iti Jnatum Shakyate. Yatiti. It has to be Bahu. Anya Paryaya Nasti. There's no other way out. Now we are dealing with a Bahuvrihi. It is a Bahuvrihi which has an Iva in it. A Bahuvrihi which has an Upama in it. If you see that, last time we talked about the Karmadhara which have Upama in them. We saw the word Megha Shamaha. We saw the word Purusha Vyagaha. Now those are two words which you can, we looked at two sutras, but those are for Karmadhara, not Bahuvrihis. Not Bahuvrihis. And they were 2, 55, 56 is what we looked at last time. 2, 1, 55, 56. There, if you have the Vigraha Vakyam has the Iva in a Karmadharya compound. It's 2, 1, 55, 56. Upamanani Samanya Vachanaihi. Upamitam Vyagrajivis Samanya Prayoge. To that we look. This is the Bahuvri word. So Bahuvri compound, look at 2, 2, 24, Anekamanya Padarthaya. So that has some Vartikams on that. 2, 2, 24, Anekamanya Padarthaya. That has some Vartikams. And one of the Vartikams talk about an Upama. Upama being there. So that one, Anekamanya Padarthaya. And there is a Vartikam which says here, is Saptami Upamana Pura Padasya, Uttarapada Lopascha Vaktavyaha. So he says, and the example given is that if you have an Upamana Pura Pada, so Shaila Saram, so look at the Vigraha Vakyam, it says Shailasya Iva. So clearly the Shaila is a part of the Upamanam, the Upama. So Upamana Pura Padam you have. In that case, what does it say? Uttarapadasya Lopascha Vaktavyaha. So what it really means is that Shaila Sara Saram Dhanu. Because Shailasya Saraha Iva, Saraha Yasya Saha. So one whose essence or strength is like that, like the strength of a mountain. So the example given here is, this is a very famous example, Ustrasya Mukham Iva Mukham Yasya Saha. So, but when Malinatha has given us in short, Malinatha gave a short, Ustrasya Iva Mukham is what he has said. Really what you want, Ustrasya Mukham Iva Mukham Yasya Saha. Ushtra Mukhaha. Means camel-faced. Camel-faced is one whose face is like the face of a camel. Ustrasya Mukham Iva Mukham Yasya Saha. Ushtra Mukham. So this is a Bahuvrihi compound. So in short, if you see a Bahuvrihi compound, and how do you know it's Bahuvrihi? Because it had the Yat Tat Padam, Yasya Tat. That's Bahuvrihi. Second thing, there's the Iva in the Vigraha Vakyam, and you come to this Vartikam. This is really the only place you have Bahuvrihi, which has the Upamanam in there. That's what we do. Now my favorite example, my Gita example, my favorite one is that I've given this class of compounds a new name. This is my own name, which is the Vrikodaraha. Bhimakarma Vrikodaraha. Vrikodara means like wolf stomach. So Vrikasya Udaram Yasya Saha. Bhimasenaha. So Bhima was such that his stomach was like the stomach of a wolf. Vrikodaraha. Vrikodaraha. There it is. So in 115, So that is my example for these class of compounds. But the grammarians give the example of ushtra mukha. Ushtrasya mukham yo mukham yasya saha. Atva vrukasya udaram yo udaram yasya saha. These are quite common compounds. You should know how they come about. So that is what she has given. Is a bahuvrihi with Uttarapada Lopa has happened here because you should have had really Shaila Sara Sara. Became Shaila Sara. So Shailasya iva Saraha yasya tat Shaila Saram api dhanuho. Look at, you put dhanuhu there now because it is not in the shloka. Is it in the shloka? After the Jamakro. But Dhanu probably should not be in bold then, I guess. Anyway, I think Dhanu probably should not be in, let me check my other book because if it's not in the shloka, it should not be in bold. I think Dhanu is not in the shloka. Yeah, Dhanu should not be in, that's a typo. Dhanu should not be in bold. It's not in the shloka. Shailasaram. Now, Shailasam is, it is going to be, it is Dvitiya Ekvachanam, because this is the karma of the Kru Dhatu. So Shaila Saram api dhanuho atata jam akarot. Okay, so it's the Dvitiya Ekvachanam, because the karta already is Saharamaha. He is the karta, and the dhanu is the Dvitiya, is the karma dhanu. Now we have upama coming down here now. Now it says, now why is it going to upama already? What about these other things over here? But they might be connecting both ways. They will not be repeated. Also I told you a few times is that if you have an upama upameya, then there are some common terms. They will not be repeated on both sides. It says smaraha. So smaraha means kamadevaha. Or smaryate is smaraha. Smaryate, kevalam smaryate. Because Lord Shiva, he burnt the Kamadeva. So now he only remains in memory. You cannot see him. So smaryate, smaraha. Smaraha also, when we saw the sutram for the Erach, the next sutram below that is Rudorap. So the next is, I think, with 3 around 58. So the dhatu Rudorap. That won't help them. Sorry, smaraha. So we are looking at the Rudorap. So long Ru, and if you have the Uvarna, you give the pratyaya up. But smaraha will not help us because smru is ending in short Ru. Let me see if we can find the answer to the word smaraha. Because the one we can quickly find the answer to this one is sure to be in the Amarkosha. Amarkosha, because this Kamadeva has many names, and I can guarantee you Amarkosha will have this word smaraha. While we are working on the new edition of Amarkosha now, which hopefully we can have it shortly, so we will be able to see it online.
It's in Aptejis also. It's in Aptejis also. Yeah, first meaning is recollection, remembrance. Second is love.
I'm looking
Third
at
is
the
Cupid.
etymology, but correct. But what is the etymology?
Okay.
I know the meaning.
Yeah, it says smru bhave
up, but then Rudo Rap is only long Ru ending will take up. Not as a general rule. Let's see. I'll find it.
Okay.
Okay. Smarati utkanthayati. Smarayati. Oh, who makes you remember somebody. Pashad yach. Smaryate anena itiva. Pumsi sanyayam iti pratyaya gha is being used. Interesting. So because the up cannot be used. If you use because up, the sutram is only for the rudo rap is normally the sutram. Long ru ending or the uvarna. Here we have short ru, smru. That's why that will not work. So it says they're using 33118. 33118. So this one is into Sutram. Pumsi Sanyayam Ghas Prayena. Okay. So Karana Adhikarana Yoscha. So if you can something using a Karana or Adhikarana Artha means by him. So the Viravakya means that Smaryate Anenava, that by which is basically that passion or love, that due to which somebody is remembered. Interesting. And the bottom line is that you cannot, the Vigraha Vakyam will not be the one who is remembered because of the fact that Rud or Up will only come generally after long Ru ending dhatus or Uvarna. So it says, so Smaryate Anena. So somebody is remembered because of passion or love. Anyway, so Smaraha means Kamadevaha. So it becomes Smaraha. So look at the Upama Upamaya again. Smara is Prathama Ekvachanam. And in the, so that is the Upama. In the Upamaya, we have Saha Ramaha. So clearly, Rama is being compared to Smaraha, Kamadevaha. And then we have a Dvitiya Ekvachanam here, is Pushpa Chapam. Pushpa Chapam. This is probably going to be a, what's called a Shakaparthya compound. Because Pushpa is not an adjective. Pushpa is a noun meaning flower. Chapa means a bow. So flower bow. So clearly that Pushpa is qualifying the bow in some way, but it's not exactly an adjective that we can use. So we have to make a slight modification of the Purupadam, make it Pushpa Rachita Chapam. And because the Rachita is so obvious a term, that is that the adjectiveness, you can just say Pushpa Chapam. Like this is called a class of compounds called Shaka Parthiva compounds. So it's a Shaka Priya Parthiva. He's a king who loves vegetables. We call him vegetable king. In English we say computer guy. Computer knowing, computer loving guy. So same thing here, Pushpa Chapam means Pushpa Rachita Chapam. It is a bow which is made of flowers. So Pushpa Chapam will be this is Shaka Parthiva. Shaka. So Pushpa Chapa. Pushpa Pushpa Chapa. Will we make it like make it Pushpa Rachita. So what happens in the Shaka Parthiva is that is the Uttarapada Lopi, is the Uttarapadam of the Purupadam takes Lopa. Means the second half of the prior term takes this Rachita is what takes Lopa. It becomes Pushpa Chapa. So this is special kind of Karmadharya compounds where the middle part, which is really the latter half of the prior part, is dropped. Okay, so that is Pushpa Chapam. No Vigraha Vakyam is kind of obvious. So Pushpa Chapam is in Dvitiya. That's going to qualify the Dhanuho. And then the Atata Jam is probably going to go both ways. Atata Jam means, we're going to see what that means. And also Nati Yatnataha also can go both ways. Yes, Nagaraj. You have a question, Nagaraj? No. I think your hand is up, Nagaraj. See if you have a question. I'll leave you unmuted. Maybe, okay, your hand is, okay. Anyway, so let's follow the commentary. So Smaraha is Upama for Ramaha. The Pushpa Chapam is for the Shiva Dhanuho. And then the Shaila Saram we have on one side. Other side we have the Peshalam. So this bow was Shiva Dhanuho was Shaila Saram. It was strong like a mountain. While the other one is Peshalam. Peshalam is like delicate. So Peshalam is delicate. If you look at Abjaji's dictionary, you see Peshalam. I think this term is not in the Gita, but is it? Peshalam. So peshala. Okay, peshala is soft, tender, delicate. Oh, here it is. Same word she's quoting. Pushpa chapam iva peshalam smaraha. So means delicate or soft. So on the one hand we had the shaila saram, on the other hand we had the peshalam. In the contrast between the two. So following the commentary again, he says smaraha. Peshalam equals komalam. So peshalam equals komalam. And a new word for you, peshalam equals komalam. Pushpa chapam iva. So he made us a, he compared the upama by, because he said saha ramaha. Then he said shaila saram dhanuho. And on this side we have smaraha, peshalam, pushpa chapam. So this was a pushpa chapam will go with dhanuho. Shaila saram is compared to peshalam, contrast. Peshalam. Then comes nati yatnataha. So nati yatnat, without much effort. This pratyaya which is used is tasil pratyaya. This can be used. You can just use it, panchamya the. So panchamya tasil is a sutram which will not work here for us. Let's just take a quick tour of this tasi pratyaya. Tasi or tasil. This one today called tasil, one's called tasi. Let's look at it quickly. In the Ashtadhyayi Sutram called Panchamyas Tasil. Panchamyas Tasil. Pancham Yas Tasil. But that one only comes after these words, which is Kim, Sarvanama, Bahu, Advyadibhyaha. Just to be the word Kim or the Sarvanama Shabda up to the word Dvi, or we have to word Bahu. We don't have that. So we have right now, what we have is Ati Yatnataha, Nati Yatnataha. So Yatnataha is a basic term here. So we don't have the either Kim, Bahu, Sarvanama Shabda. So before you just quickly say Panchamyas Tasil, you have to bear in mind that only comes after these set of words, not after any word. But the other sutram then 5444, which says that Pratya Tasi is given. Pratiyoge panchamyas tasi. Only pratiyoge. When someone is like a substitute or representative. We don't have that either. Or the next one says apadani, separation. Separation of two items, There also really we don't have. We don't have a separation between somebody and the effort. But under 5444 comes an important vartikam. 544. That's what I'm trying to get you to. In the 5444 comes an important vartikam, which Katyayana says is adyadibhya upasankhyanam. Means for after the terms adi, etc. Adyadi. Adyadi means it has adi, etc. So following these terms, tasi can be used also. So it says adyadibhya upasankhyanam. Tasi prakarane adyadibhya upasankhyanam. Now this doesn't say in what vibhakti it comes. And so it can come in any vibhakti. So it can be ati yatnena, nati yatnena, nati yatnat, akriti ganashchayam. This is akriti gana means that these list of words, adi, etc., are not a specific list of words. Akritya ganyate iti akriti ganaha. Which is, when you see such a form in the language, you can understand this should be in the adi adi ganaha. So that's what we have. So what does Mulinatha say? Nati yatnat. So just after a slight effort, following a very slight effort, he was able to string the bow. Now, this compound nati yatnat, as I mentioned in the last class, why do we need to compound this? Why can we not keep it as na ati yatnataha? If you keep the na separate like that, that will go and tag on to the verb in the sentence. Become na nakarot, become na akarot. It will completely reverse the meaning for you. Sri Rama was not able to string the bow even after great effort. That will be the meaning. So that should have been the first choice, is to keep the na as pruthak padam. But artha siddhir na syat. Will not get the correct meaning. So this comes in Gita, by the way. Natyuchritam nachinicham chailajana kushottaram. So this nati is kind of an idiomatic form. We're going to go through, see how grammatically how it comes. In chapter 6 of Gita, it says nati nicham, natyuchritam nati nicham. Yes. Na ati uchritam. It's not too high. Na ati nicham, nati nicham. Okay. Shucho deshe pratishtapya sthiramasanamatmanaha. So having established a seat in a clean place, a stable seat. So not too high, not too low. So not chuchritam, nati nicham. That's what's given here. So these are compounds. So the problem that we have here is that the following problem. If you use this negation compound, which Panini calls nyai, the sutra itself is nyai. This nyai is a special kind of a avyaya, which is in the nishedarte comes this nyai, and that one can compound to get a special kind of a tatpurusha compound. It comes in the beginning of, I think, two years. 226, which means negation. Let me say, for example, we can say abrahmanaha. So he's not a brahmana. Abrahmanaha. That's the nyai which is coming there. If you use that nyai, then we have sutram na lopo naiyaha. This nyai immediately loses the nakara. Nakara of this nyai, of course, in the nyai, first of all, the ending nya is an ip bharantam. Only the na remains. And then this na loses the nakara immediately. So akara eva avashishyate. And then if the following term is an ajadi, you gets a nut agamaha. It's anantam, word like anantam, anadi. So the becomes nadi, so that nakara comes in between there. Technically speaking, the nakara comes as the adi avyava of the uttarapadam. It becomes like that. So that if we had done that here, what we would have had is that we would have had anati yatnataha. It should become anati. Anati yatnataha. So that telling us the fact that has not happened means that we don't have this avyam called nyai. Something else is going on here. Before we go ahead, let me do these two sutras for you. This is here. No lopo naiyaha. No lopo naiyaha. Tasmad. Okay, I don't know why it's not finding it for me. Tasmad. Tasmad nut. Okay, nulachi. Okay, so no lopo naiyaha. Tasmad nulachi. So which means that if you have a this avyam called nyai, which forms a special kind of tatpurusha, the negation tatpurusha, like akrutam, adrushtapuram, adrushtam, which is not seen. In all these places, you first get na lopo naiyaha. So that means that the nakara of the nai drops away. That's what happens. So it becomes akara. And then if the uttarapadam is a ajadi uttarapadam, you get that gets a nut agamaha. Becomes an. Like anavyayam, so anadi, anantam, all these are like that. So that 637374. So when you use this particle nyai, you should think of 637374. So nyai will bring in 637374. Now clearly in the form nati yasnataha, which you're looking at right now, we don't have these sutras coming in. So nati yasnataha. So this 637374 have not been applied. Otherwise we would have had anati yatnataha, anati yatnataha. So that's what we have done. So now we have to find a different way to explain this compound. So that is why, otherwise if it was straightforward, there's no need for Malina to give this other explanation. The fact that Nakara has not taken Lopaha means this is not a Nyai. Was no Lopo Nanyaha is Nitya Karyam. In what extent does he give? Nanyarthasya, Na Shabdasya, Sup Supa iti Samasaha. Okay, let's figure this out. So Nanyarthasya, Na Shabdasya. So there is also a avyam called Na. Na is an avyam also. Of course, like Na Gacchati, Na Pashyami, Na Patati, whatever. So just like this Nyai, there is also an avyam called Na. But there is no sutram to compound that really. That Na can be compounded. So then how do we justify this compound? So Sup Supa iti Samasaha. What is that now? It is a miscellaneous class of compounds. A miscellaneous class. They neither Tatpurushas, nor Bahuvrihis, nor Avyabhavas. They don't fall into a special category. They're called Sup Supa. Now where does some Sup Supa come in now? So when Panini starts this 2122, which 2.1, which is of course the place you want to go to have compounds. So 2.1, 211 says Sup Amantre Subamantrite Parangatvat Sware. So Sup is here. And then Supa is coming down here. So basically Sup Supa Anuvritti goes to the Samasapkaram, which means that you can take one Subantam and compound it with another Subantam. So that means that so that is the general topic of compounds. Then Panini gives special compounds with Avyay Bhavascha and Tatpurushaha and all that thing comes here. So but these, whatever doesn't fall under any special compound, they just say Sup Supa, it is Samanya Samasaha. So Panini says you can take a Sup and compound another Sup, but the special categories are as follows. When it doesn't fall in a special category, it's called a Kevala Samasaha. It might be called a Samanya Samasaha, or it can be called Sahasupa. It can be called Sup Supa. There are various names for this miscellaneous category of compounds. That's because it gives the Sup Supa. So we'll put in the document as this miscellaneous category. So Sup Supa or you can call Sahasupa. You can also call them as Kevala Samasaha. These are the miscellaneous compounds. Okay. The reason was there is no real sutram to compound this no like that with a new term. So that's what he's saying is that Nanyarthasya na Shabdasya. So this is the same meaning as the name with negation. Sup Supa iti Samasaha. So Nati Yatnaha. Of course, the Ati Yatna itself you can make a Karmadhara with that. Atishaya Yatnaha. Ati in sense of Atishaya. So which means that very excessive or Atishayita maybe the proper term for us. Can make it a Karmadhara compound. I think because this Ati is in Avyayam, it's a Pradi. We saw the Pradis before, but it can have its own meaning. It can be Atishayita. Okay, Atishayitaha means excessive. So Atishayita means Atishayitaha Yatnaha, Ati Yatnaha. So Ati in the sense of Atishayita. And then once you do that, then you compound it with this Natishayita Yatnaha. Then make it Yatnataha. So finally we use that Vartikam on 5444. So Tasi Prakarane Adyadibhya Upasankhyanam. So he gives us, it can stand for, this is what is called as the Sarva Vibhaktiko Tasihi. Sarva Vibhaktiko Praktikaha Tasihi. So this 5-4, so be ready for this. This is quite a common usage. This 5444 Vatikam is what is called as, if you see a Tasi Prakarana being used, it does not fit under Panchamya Tasal, because it's not a Sarvanama Shabda, not Kim or Bahu, and it is not in the special meanings of 54, 44, 45. In that case, this Vatikam has to be used. And this Vatikam is what creates this so-called Sarva Vibhaktikaha Tasi. So this Tasi is used in the concept of any Vibhakti now. And the one that Mullinatha gives here is Nati Yatnat. So I think it's Panchamyate. So just after a little effort, with little effort, he was able to sting the bow. Last thing is Atata Jam. So Atata Jam is qualifying Dhanuho. So Atata. Now comes in Gita. Anybody? Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakthamutina. Comes in Gita. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadavyakthamutina. So Maya tatamidam sarvam. So all these things, so all this means idam sarvam jagat. The entire world is stretched by me. Means it's occupied by me. Is permeated by me. Tatam. So tata is to stretch. Dhatu is tanu vistare, I think. Tanu vistare means that it is used in the sense of expanding or stretching. So even the word satata means like constantly. Satatam also comes from this. Tata. So tanu, I think tanu is becomes tanoti. Tanotyadi ganaha. This is really the first dhatu of the 8th gana. It's called a tanotyadi gana. So tanute. Let me look at the dhatu in the dhatu patha. It should be, I think, tanu vistare. So that's the first dhatu of the 8th gana. So this is the 8th gana. Very few dhatus become tanoti. Okay. So now we got atata. Atata means the eye is the upasarga there. Means completely stretched. The word ja. Ja is a bowstring. Ja is a bowstring. So you can atata jam is you can make it as a bahuvri compound. And you can say didn't give us a vigraha vakyam, by the way. Didn't give us a vigraha vakyam here. You only gave atata jam equals adhi jam. So atata jam, you can say atata, this book, if you look at Devada's book, at the back he gives meaning. Atata ja yasmin tat. It is a bow on which or in which the bowstring has been stretched. So it's the bow on which the string has been stretched. So atata ja yasmin tat. So it's a bahuvri compound. So what we need is we need two. First of all, let's look at a couple of little bit of grammar here. Let's see. Anuji has joined us. Let's ask her for the sutram. Anuji. So dhatu is tan. We want to form this word tata. Can you help us out here? So this dhatu tan. Thus we have to bring the pratyakta. The first question is that what about the idagamaha? Idagamaha. What do you think? Is the said dhatu and it dhatu? If we check 7 to 10, we can go there and see what we have in the list of the 7 to 10. Every dhatu to begin with will allow an idagama. But for some dhatu there will be a nishedha in nishedha. When we say in anit dhatu, what we mean is that in nishedha vartate. There is some nishedha coming in. And the main nishedha sutram is 7 to 10, which is the
Ekach Upadesha.
So these are about these dhatus list. The listing has been done of these dhatus, and we say nan tesho man manya hani dvav. Only 2 dhatus are there in the nan tesho, ending in nakara. The manya means the fourth gana dhatu man. This is the gana vikaram is put over here. The fourth gana man and dhatu han. So now we are stuck with a dhatu which is not an anit dhatu, it's a said dhatu. So now, can you help us out? Okay. Now what's happening here is that this nishtha, the it prakaranam is in 7.2. And there, it's the pivotal sutram there is of course the 7.235, which is ardhadhatuka shed valadehe. Ardhadhatuka shed valadehe. But before the 7.235, there come a number of rules which are talk about in nishedha. In nishedha. And they're starting from 7 to 8. Ned vashikriti. Within that, from 7 to 8 to 7 to 34 are all nisheda sutras. Now within that, from 7 to 14 to 34, about 21 rules here. They're only for the in nishedha nishtayam. So there are 21 rules to deal with, which talk about the in nishedha only for the nishtha pratyaya being followed. But the very first one is the important one, second one I should say, yasya vibhasha. Yasya vibhasha. So if a dhatu has a vibhasha idagama anywhere, if a dhatu is taking idagama vikalpena, if it's taking an idagama optionally somewhere, anywhere, then nishtayam anit. It will not allow idagama for nishtha pratyaya. So this dhatu is tanu vistare. Tanu, that has u as an it. So what happens is when dhatu has u as an it, as an it letter, then that triggers uditova. Uditova. So nothing to do with nishtha right now, but it is important to us because it takes an idagama optionally for the pratyak tva. So for the pratyak tva, it takes the idagama optionally, 7 to 56. And once that comes, then the 7 to 15 will say that no idagama in nishtha. 7 to 15. So 7 to 56, along with, so the moment a dhatu has an u as an it, remember this combination, is 7 to 56, 7 to 15. So udito va yasya vibhasha. I'm going to stop the idagama. Let's look at it quickly here. We'll look at 7 to 56 quickly. We say udito va. Udito va. It says that the uditaha parasya ktvaha idva. The pratyak tva, the typo here maybe, pratyak tva will take it optionally. And when that happens, udito yasya vibhasha iti nishtayam in nishedha. So when in documents, this tanu vistare. So if dhatu has who as an it, then you have to think of these two rules. Rules being so next time, hopefully, when we encounter this, we can udito va along with yasya vibhasha will stop the agama. Stop the idagama, which is nishtaya. Okay, so we got past one hurdle now. We got that, no idagama. Next thing, Anuji, can you give nakar lopa? This one you know, I think. Nakar lopa, because you want to form tata in Gita. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadav vyakta murtina. Maybe we can tag the shloka by the way. Maya tatamidam sarvam jagadav vyakta murtina. Masthani sarabhutani. Let's go to Gita. So that Gita shloka, you can tag it for the sutram. Udito va yasya vibhasha. Udito va yasya vibhasha. So 9.4, Gita 9.4. When you chant Gita 9.4, think of this set of rules. Tanu vistare. 9.4. Okay. Next one also you can think what removes the nakar lopa, Anujit?
Is that tanoti, that's the one?
Yeah, so start from the beginning. Tatupadesha.
Ha.
Upadesha. Vanati Tanotyadinam Anunashikalopaha Jalikiniti.
Jalikiniti.
What number will that be?
Is that 6437?
Yes, 6437. Yes, very good. 6437. Sutram says is that Anudatopadesha Vanati Tanotyadinam Anunashikalopa Jalikiniti. So this anything, and Anudatopadesh means Anit Dhatus, which are what? The nasal ending Anit Dhatus, 6 of them. Yama, Nama, Gama, Rama, Man, Hana. What like Gataha, Matam, Hataha, Nataha. All these are Anudatopadesha. And then comes Dhatu 1, Vanati. Then Tanotyadinam. So all these Tanotyadi. So we have Dhatu Tan right now. So they all take Anunasika Lopo Jalikiniti. Patyana Viskta, it's Jalikiniti. So for 6437, we're going to get the form Tata. Okay, so 6437. When you chant this Gita, Shloka 9.4, Maya Tatamidam Sarvam Jagadav Yaktamuchina. Think of these sets of rules, which is the Uditova, Yastri Bhasha. Then you can also think about the Anudatopadesha, Vanati, Tanotyadina, Unadashikalopo, Jalikiniti. Okay, so we got the form Tata. Now, Atata Jya Yatra. It is the bow on which the string has been stretched. But then he gives now Malinatha gives us only a Paryaya Shabda. What he gives is that he gives is the Adhijam. Adhijam. So he gives a new compound. This Adhijam, why does he do that? Why does he have to make it more complicated for us? Because Adhijam is a Prasiddha Shabda. It's a well-known compound, Adhijam. So this is like a little bit unusual, Adhata Jam. So it's converting it to a well-known term. It may not be well-known to us, but it's supposed to be a well-known term, Adhijam. That is why he is doing that. You may think, what is the big deal? You took one term, Adhata Jam, you give us Adhijam. we don't know either of them. We are supposed to know this word Adhijam, we are supposed to know. And let's go to Apteji. I'm just looking at what he gives. So Adhijya. Okay. And he says Adhya Adhi Arudha Jya Yatra. One Bahuri compound. Athava Adhigatam Jya. Adhigatam Jya. Let's look at these two compounds. When you try this one, what do you think these compounds are? Adhyarudha Jya Yatra. Adhijam. What kind of compound is that? Look at the Vigraha Vakyam as a Yat Padam in there. Yat Yatra. So what does that mean? What kind of compound can it be? Adhyarudha Jya Yatra Tat.
That's sounds like Bahuri.
Has to be Bahuri.
Has to be.
Has to be Bahuri. So now only thing is that there is a little bit of a Uttarapada Lopa has taken place. Dhapujatya Lopa. What like Vidhava.
Oh, so Upasmasa.
No. It's a Bahuri compound. So Vigataha, Dhavaha, Yasyaha Sa. Yasyaha Sa. So she is one whose husband has departed.
Right.
So this is a very common like Nispruhaha. Nirgata, Spruha Yasyaha. One whose longing has gone away. Very, very common compound. So Adhijam could be like that. It is a bow on which the string has ascended. Adhyarudha. Arudha is to climb, Where's the word in Gita? Arudha. Comes in 3rd chapter, right? Arurukshor Muner Yogam. Karma Karnamuchyate. Yoga Rudasya Tasyeva Shamah Karnamuchyate. Is that what I'm saying? I think Anuji had that, I think.
Yeah. Yes, in 6th chapter.
Number 3, right? Number 3. 6.
Yeah, I think, yeah.
6.3. It is that Arurukshor Muner Yogam.
Muner Yogam.
Karnamuchyate. Yoga Rudasya Tasyeva Shamah Karnamuchyate. Very nice shloka. Vasu also has one more. I'm impressed. Oh, Yantra Rudhani Maya. Yes, Vasu got us. Yes. Which chapter is that, Vasu?
1861, I think.
18. Wow, I'm impressed. Vasu is coming strong.
I have to register something or the other in every class to say I'm here.
Very good, very good. So Vasu has clocked in today with a very impressive debut. 1861, yes. Yantra Rudhani Maya. They are as if placed on. Aru is to climb, as they placed on a yantra. Very good, thank you. So
Satish ji.
Yes.
I have another question. The Tanu Vistare.
Yes.
Is Atatayinaha also takes the same route?
Yes, I think probably the same route. Atatayin. I think probably must be same route. I think Atatayin. We can take a quick look. It must be the same. Atatayin. Atatayin. A bit of a strange form, but it might be the same. I think it's probably the same route. Atatayin. I think one who spreads around everywhere, or basically one who causes havoc, is Atatayin. One who's a desperado is an Atatayin.
Expansionist.
Yeah, expansionist, something like that. So I think Tanu Vistara should work over there. But I don't know exactly how they formed. Let me see if I can quickly find the Atatayin. No. It's not in the Dhatu Vritti. Let's try the Amar Kosha should be there. Actually, even Apteji should have it. So let's see, Atatayin. Atatayin. Which should make sense. Dhatu seems to make sense over there. We can check, exactly how it is formed. Okay, Atatayin is here. 360 is Amar Kosha. 364. Let's see what Vigrahavakyam he gives for Atatayin. 44 Atatayin. Atatayi, he says. Atatam yatha tatha ayitum shilam astya. Yes, it does come from that. Atatam is for the same dhatu, atata, means to be stretched all around. Ayitum. So one, and yatha tatha, again kriya visheshanam, look at that. They made a compound, the kriya visheshanam, yatha tatha. So ayitum means ayi is to move around. So he move around kind of permeating everything. He moves about, kind of covering everything. Stretching means he stretches himself everywhere. So he basically creates havoc everywhere. Yes, the same root. There are two roots in there. One is atata and then dhatu ayi. Ayi gatau, I think. So atatam yatha tatha ayitum shilam astya. Okay, so that is the so much fun. So what has happened here is that if you look at this adhijyam, we got this from adhyarudha. Adhya means placed on top. Adhi means on top. Adhyarudha jayatra. That's a Bahuvri compound. How about the second one? Wayne, what do you think? Adhigatam jamva. Adhigatam. What kind of compound is that?
Adhigatam jamva.
It's adhijyam. So what we are having there is that this is what's called a Kugati Pradaya. This Pradi, Adi is one of the Pradi compounds. Kugati Pradaya, if you look at 2 to 18, Kugati Pradaya, there are various kinds of these Pradis can compound with a Subantam Padam. But there will be a Dhatu implied in between there.
Yes.
There will be Dhatu implied in between there. That's what is called a Pradi Samatha. Because look at the Vigrahavakyam which after is given is Adhigatam Jamva. So this is qualifying Dhanuho. It is a Dhanuho which has gone to approached or to the string. So which has kind of met with the string. Adhigatam Jamva. They have been strung. Now how do we let's go quickly to this one. On the 2 to 18, there are a number of Vatikams. This is what's called a Pradi, like a word like Pracharya. Pragataha Acharya Pracharya. You know, so like Pradhyapakaha. That's what's this headmaster, right? In English, headmaster, principal of the school, Pradhyapakaha. So Pragataha Adhyapakaha. So he is the head teacher. Teacher was gone ahead basically. The head teacher. Anyway, 2 to 18. Kugati Pradeyaha. And there you can see the Ku Gati and then Pradeyaha. So this is Pradeyaha Gatyadhyate Prasamaya. So these are all these Vatikams on this sutra, which tells you, in what sense can these be used, So with the Prathamantam you can say Pradeyaha Gatyadyarthe. So means he was gone to that. So Pragataha. The next he says the Atyadeyaha, the words Ati etc. can be used in a Krantyadhyarthe, Ditiyaya. So Atikrantaha Khatvam, Atikhatvaha. Atikrantam who's gone beyond that. Atimala who's gone beyond that. So these are these words like Ati can be used with a Ditiyaya. Ditiyantam to form a Pradi Samasaha. What we're having right now is we're having Adhijyam. Adhijyam was explained here as Adhi Gatam Jamva. So the Jam is Dutiyantam. And only Adhi is sticking there with a Dhatu implied in between. So basically maybe we could put a document like that the Pradi Samasaha, what's called a Pradi Samasaha. In fact, the book Antoine put it pretty nicely. This Pradi Samasaha is when the pro etc. Get compounded. Compounded with another term, and then there is a dhatu implied in that, and there is you can say a participle that is implied. Participle that is implied in between. Is implied. So this pradis connect with that participle, not direct with the nouns, because it says what do we have? We have the vacuum which says that Adhigatam Jamva. So this Adhi is actually with the Gatam. Adhigatam Jamva. These are almost like Bahuris, like Bahuris. So this Adhigatam is really qualifying the but there's a subtle difference here. Difference here is that how about between the compound like Vidava? If I write here, let's look at these two compounds. So what makes one a Bahuvri here? What makes one a Pradi Tatpurusha compound? The difference is like this, is that this Adhyarudha is not qualifying the Dhanuho. It's qualifying Ja. So this Adhyarudha and Ja, just like Vigataha, Dhavaha, Yasya, Sa, is in Samadhikaranam. So these two terms is Samadhikaranam, and not with the Pradhana Padam. Pradhana Padam is a Dhanuho. So that's a Bahuvri compound. These two are this Adhi, which implies Adhyarudha. It will qualify this Ja, not the Dhanuho, directly. So that's a Bahuvri compound. But here, because the reason I'm putting this out is because in both cases, there is a participle which is implied, isn't it? So we got Adhi Arudha. This Arudha was implied over here, and here Gatam was implied. But the important distinction is that in the Adhyarudha, this Arudha is qualifying the Ja, not the Pradhana Padam Dhanuho. While here, the Adhigatam is qualifying the Dhanuho, not the Jam. This Jam is an object that Adhigatam. It's not Samadhikaranam with Jam. So these are the Pradi compounds, and these are the Bahuvris. You don't need to use the Yattat Padam. So directly the Adhigatam is qualifying Dhanuho. So Adhigatam is directly qualifying Dhanuho. So that's the Tatpurusha trademark, isn't it? Because Tatpurusha is not Anyapada Pradhana. Normally, Tatpurusha Uttara Pradhana it is. But this case, it's a bit of an exception here. That really the Adhi, which is equal to Adhigatam, that is the Pradhana. not the jam, but it is a pura padam in this case. So that's because these two look very similar, because both have a participle implied, which is taken lopaha. This is by the Vartikam on 2.2.24. This is the Vartikam on 2.2.18. So that which has gone to or combined with or met with or kind of joined with the string, joined with. So that which has joined the string, that is Adhikatam Jamva. Okay, so one is the Prali Samasaha with the Bahuvri Samasaha. In any case, that all this was only given in the commentary. So as far as our job is concerned, we already got our meaning, because for us this was a Bahuvri compound. So Atata Jayatra Dhanuho. This Adhijyam was given Malinatha, it's a well-known term. So he gave it to us. Now in all these cases, can someone in the class tell me that we have the word ja? Okay. And let's take our first compound itself. Atata ja yatra tat. First of all, we have the word atata, a feminine adjective qualifying ja. That became atata. Second was called as pumvad bhavaha. Pumvad bhava, which has become like masculine. And the ja has become rasvaha. So now, we need two sutras now. One to give pumvad bhavaha to the atata, and to make the rasva at the end. We need two sutras now. Now one of them, they come in two different places, because one of them is in the samase, purvapadasya karyam. Uttarapade sati, purvapadasya karyam. So that all in 6.3. The entire 6.3 of Ashtadhyayi is devoted to this topic of what happens to the Purapadam in a compound. When Uttarapadam is there. Uttarapadam implies a compound. So when the Uttarapadam is there, what happens to Purapadam? So that is where we should expect to find this sutram, which is going to make the Pumvad Bhav, make this like a masculine like. In Gita example, quick example in Gita. Sthita prajñasya ka bhasha samadhistasya keshava. Sthita prajñasya ka bhasha. So what's the Vigrahavakyam there? Sthita prajña yasya saha. One whose intellect is firm, whose thinking is steady. So sthita prajña becomes sthita prajñasya ka bhasha. Become Ramavat. They're also the same thing. We need two sutras there. So maybe we can I said to you many times, if you know your Gita Vyakaranam well, all this will become easy for you. It's already there in the Gita. So it says Atata Jam. Will like in the example in Gita will be Chitta Prajna. Now, okay, let's put the number. This is Padnyaschaga. This is chapter 2. Padnyaschaga prabhasha samadhistasya keshava. Sadiyesh kim prabhasheta. Kimasita vrajeta kim. I think it's chapter 2, maybe around 50. This is chapter 254, 2.54. Okay, let's look at these two rules now. 2.54. The one rule will come in 6.3. It's a long, strange rule, but in 6.3, here comes one rule. I think it's 6.342. I think it is. No, not that one. 34. Striyaha pumvadda. Bhashita pumsakad. So what this means is Bhashita pumsakad means there should be a term which is yes, Vasu?
Yeah, Sarvanama Vritti Matre Pumvad is different, is it?
But do you have Sarvanama Shabda here? That's a Vatikam on this sutram, Vasu.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but that is same topic, Pumvad Bhavaha. But that's only for Sarvanama Shabda. Right now we have the word
Samastapadam.
We have the word Atata. Okay. So that's because Atata Jayatra. that atata is an adjective, is a participle form. It's not a Sarvanama Shabda. But yes, the topic is this one only. Same topic. There's a Vartikam on this sutram, but that requires Sarvanama Shabda to be there. You know. So what Vasu is saying is there is a Vartikam on this sutram is that Sarvanamna Vritti Matre, Pumvad Bhavaha. Is that the moment you compound Sarvanama Shabda, then it's going to become Pumvad Bhavaha immediately. You look at all these details. That's the Vartikam. But this one says Triyaha, so this feminine term, so it takes Pumvad Bhavaha, Triyaha Pumvat. This is a very strange sutram, okay? So we'll just do it in short. Triyaha Pumvat. Then Bhashita Pumstaka. So means that it should be a Bhashita means that the Bhashita means described. So it should be a term which is also described the masculine. Basically, an adjective which can describe a masculine and feminine term, an adjective. And when does it come? Samajikaranaya. There are some other details here, so don't worry about this, all of this. But Samajikaranaya. So when you have Samajikaranam, in a Bahuvri, we Samajikaranam. We have Atata, Ja. That's what we have. If it's not Samajikaranam, this sutra will not apply. Now, just as a side note, if you have a Karmadharya compound, there is an even more powerful rule which says Pumvat Karmadharya Jatiya Deshi Yeshu. So this sutra has some exceptions and some more details here. This Anung and the Apurani Priyadisho, if you don't have to worry about right now, you don't apply to our case, but there are these some small outlets here. This one, Karmadharya, this is a straightforward rule. You can use that one. But in Bahuvrihi, use 6334. Karmadharya, use 6342. Put in documents is that for Pumvad Bhava, Pumvad Bhava, used 6334. It's going to be a Bahuvri compound. Bahuvri. And use 6442 for the Karmadharya compound. Okay. Now what we have Bahuvri, so we use 6334, and the gist of the sutram is that if you have an adjective which is Samajikarane with another noun, and in that case it's going to become masculine-like masculine. So we had the word Atata. So it's an adjective in participle form. We have the Vigraha word Atata Ja. When you compound it though, that Atata, we lose that pratyaya tap. We go back to this Atata. That's number one. Number two is that how did the ending become short? Because we had the word Ja. In fact, that was the immediate hint for us that this is a Bahuvri compound. Linga Parivartanam. The Ja is Stilinga Shabda. Atata Jam became Napuska Lingam. It's qualifying Dhanuho. So that is the immediate hint for us that you have a Bahuvri compound. But now, what made the thing short? My next question. What made the thing short? Okay, that sutram comes in 1, 2, I think around 48 or so. And I think right after the sutram, Rasva Napumsake Prajapadikasya. That means the Napumsaka Prajapadikam will always end in a short vowel. If it is ending in a vowel, it will be short. This is Sutram 1, 2, 47. Reason why we do not have any neuter Prajapadikams ending in a long vowel. There is no exception to this. If you have a neuter Prajapadikam, it's ending in a vowel. It has to be ending in a short vowel only. It cannot end in a long vowel. Next sutram says go striyor upasajanasya. This single word go, which you don't have right now, or striyoho. Striyoho means a stri pratyayanta. It should be stri pratyaya. If the wording is stri pratyaya, this word we had the word atata ja. Atata ja we got. The ja, that ending of ja is stri pratyaya. It's from an affix stop. If that is the case, if it is upasajana sanya, what is upasajana sanya? Upasajana is right in the same section right here. Pratama nidishtam samasi upasajanam. In the samasa vidhayaka sutram, which is this case of the Bahuvri, so we use the 2, 2, 24, which was Anekamanya Padarthe. So in that Sutram Anekamanya Padarthe 2-24, that which is Prathama Nidishtam. Of course, the term Anekam itself Prathama Nidishtam. Anekam is the Prathama Vibhakti there. So in a Bahuvari compound, very simply speaking, Bahuvari compounds, every term has the Sanya Upasajanam. So now when we have a Bahuvari compound and the ending, but remember this, why could we not use this rule even to make the short of the atata also? Because Pratipadika Antasthi, if the end of the Pratipadikam, if we have a Upasajanam, which is ending as Sri Pratyaha, then that becomes Rasvaha. One more time. So when if at the end of the Pratipadikam, because the entire Samastapadam, which is the Atata Ja, that gets the Pratipadika Sanya by 1-246. In fact, look at this one, all sutras right here. This 1-246 Krit Tadita Samasascha. So Samastasya, Samasasya, you get the Pratipadika Sanya. And then that in the Bahuvari compound, both the word Atata and the word Ja, they have the Upasajana Sanya. So now we can use 1-248 says that, and that the word Ja ends in a Sripatya top. When that happens, when you have Upasajanam, which is ending in Sripatya, it's in the end of a Pratipadikam, then that becomes short. So 1-248 is what we're using. Finally, we use 1-248 along with 1-243. So 1-248, 1-243. So 1-248 says Gostriyor Upasajanasya, Gostriyor Upasajanasya, Gostriyor Upasajanasya. So that is why we got Atata Ja. So this 1-248, 1-243. Now, a different thing is that how about the other compound which was Malinatha gave to us, which is the Adhijam. The same thing has happened there. Because what do we have? Word Apte ji gave the Vigraha Vakyam for us for that one. Apte gave us Adhigatam Jamva. So we had, of course, the Gata is Adhi is this, because the Vartikam one, that 2-18, this Gata, we can leave it out. So become Adhijya. But again, the same problem here is that why is this Ja becoming short letter in Adhijya? Now, can we use the same technique? Can we use the same Sutram 1-248? Ghost Rupa Sajanasya, we could use that. But then by what Sutram was this Samasa formed? It's formed by Sutram Kugati Pradeyaha. Kugati Pradeyaha 2-18. In that Sutram, that Kugati Pradeyaha, the entire term is a Prathama Bahuvachanam. So it's like a Harayaha. Kugati Pradeyaha. That will give the Pradi will get Upasya Sanya by that. I hope you're following what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in the Samasa Vidhaka Sutram 2-18, we had Kugati Pradeyaha. So this is a Prathama, this is a nominative case ending here. So that would give that does give the Upasajana Sanya to the word Ku or the Gati or the Pradi as the case may be. We have a Pradi compound right now. We have Adhijja. So the Adhi will get the Upasajana Sanya. And we get Upasajanam Puram, that goes first. It's also one more piece of this puzzle is that by this 2-2 around the Sutram says Upasajanam Puram is whatever gets Upasajana Sanya, that goes Puram. That's why we got made the word Adhijja. Because Upasajanam Puram is coming here. Here is Upasajanam Puram. Of course, in a Bahuvari compound, because every word, every term has Upasajana Sanya, we need specific rules. Because we say Upasajanam Purvam, they'll all go first. So for that, finding a special rule, that's a different topic. But the problem now we're having is that if you want to use 1-248, the Sutram to make the ending Ja into short, the Ja has to have a Upasajana Sanya. It does not have that in the Pradi compound. Because the Sutram was Kugati Pradeyaha. Kugati Pradesh Prathama Nidishtam. That will get the Upasajana Sanya. So we could not get the Upasajana Sanya for the Ja. using the sutram Prathamadidishtam Samasa Upasajanam. But the next sutram says Eka Vibhakti Cha Purva Nipate. Look at this one now. Eka Vibhakti Cha Purva Nipate. In the Vigraha Vakyam, that which is Niyati Vibhakti, which Vibhakti does not change, even though the compound Vibhakti change. For example, let's take this Vigraha Vakyam which you have right now. We are looking at Adi Gatam Jam. Okay? It's qualifying Dhanu. Dhanuho. So now if you make instead of Dhanuho, if you make it Dhanusha, make it Tritya Ekavachanam, what will be the Vakyam? Adi, so Adi Gatena Jam. This Jam will not change Vibhakti. No matter what the Vibhakti of the compound term, this one will keep on changing. We say Dhanusha Shashti. So Adi Gatasya Jam. Jam Adi Gatasya. Jam Adi Gatena. Jam Adi Gate. Jam, Adigatat. So this will keep on changing, while this one will not change. This one will not change. When that happens, when one keeps on changing and the other doesn't change, based on this thing, in that case, this one also gets Upasajana Sanya. But it cannot be used to make the Purva Nipataha. It cannot be used to put it as the first term, because when you say Upasajanam, then you should say Upasajanam Puram, it should go first then in the compound. But we have the compound Adijam. So Ja is not going first. Why? Because the Sutram says that you can get the Upasajana Sanya except for the purpose of putting it first. It says that one. It says Eka Vibhakti Cha Apurva Nipate. So Apurva Nipate means, so this Upasajana Sanya will not allow, so Tena Purva Nipatanam na bhavati. Otherwise, it has Upasajana Sanya except for that purpose of doing Purva Nipata. So now with 1244, along with 1248, now we can use the same sutram. But the Upasajana Sanya came not because of 1243. Pratama Nidishtam was not the Ja. Sutram was Kugati Pradyaha. But because of Eka Vibhakti Cha Purva Nipate, Eka Vibhakti Cha Purva Nipate, we got the Upasajana Sanya. I'm just a bit complicated. I hope you got some gist of it. Is that the bottom line is that in a Bahuvari compound, the ending becomes short. Then you have to think of this Sutram 1248. To use 1248, you need Upasajana Sanya. And normally in a Bahuvari compound, we use 1243, Pratama Nidishtam, Samasa, Upasajanam. But in the Pradi compound, we need to use 1244 to get Upasajana Sanya, and then we can use 1248. So, okay, I think enough grammar for one sloka, right? So for Adijja, when we did the compound Adijja, here we have to use 1248, but behind that is 1244. This is a Pradi compound. Pradi Samasa. Pradi Samasa, then you have to use those two. Samasa. Unfortunately, these are not very common compounds. You don't get much practice with these. So it's hard to remember these rules. But the one that I would recommend remembering is that 1248. That one we should try to remember. This one. If you remember this one, if you do the ending, this is for the ending part. Don't confuse these two now. It's for the ending becoming short, and the prior becoming Pummad Bhavaha. Those are these two up here. It's these two. I'm sorry, there's a typo here. It should be 6-3. 6-3 for it. Okay. So remember this 1248. That's the critical rule. This one is very commonly used. Because in Bahuvari compounds, one more thing. In Bahuvari, this is one more thing in Bahuvari compounds for you, by the way. One more checklist item for you. In the Bahuvari compounds, they cannot end in a long vowel, barring some rare exceptions. In a Bahuvari compound, if it's a compound ending in a long vowel, say Brahmana Patni, it cannot be Bahuvari. So Bahuvari compounds will not end in a long vowel. So that means that Bahuvari this will be like, will not end in a short vowel. Actually, you know what? I should not do that, because that's only if it's a Stri Pratyaya. Okay, we'll leave it like that. So, but basically, what I'm saying is that if you have a feminine word at the end, with a Sri Pratyaya. Most of the longs in the language, they are these long feminine words, right? Like Nadi, Rama, all of these. Most of the masculines are, and neuters are short anyway. So unless you have, so Bahuvri compound, I shouldn't make a blanket statement. Basically, if you have a feminine ending word, that becomes short. So a word like Brahmana Patni, when you have, it will not be Bahuvri compound. That Patni should have become short. Okay, let's finish off this shloka now. So translation is that Saha Ramaha, that Ramaha, is Purvakta. That Sa is Tat Padam, implies Yat Padam. It's not in the shloka. So to supply that. Means Purvakta. Pura Nirupitaha. Described before in the prior shloka. So that Rama, he, not Yatnataha, only with little effort, he strung that bow, which is the combination of Akarot, Atatajam. He strung the bow while he was being gazed by the assembly with stunned eyes, with eyes stunned with wonder. Eyes were stunned with wonder. And even though that bow was as strong as a mountain, and just like the god of love would easily string his flower bow, his delicate flower bow. Let's go to the translation. Begin. Nagaraj, are you there? Nagaraj, are you there? Okay. Maybe when you can take it over. Take it when. Okay, when you ready?
All right. Are you hearing? Okay.
Yeah, I think we are fine. So while in wonderment, the assembly gazed at him with fixed eyes. Okay. I guess let's take this part. The assembly gazed at him. So what do you do with that?
Samsada, assembly.
Samsada, ikshitaha.
Ikshitaha, gazed.
So gazed at by the assembly. He's made an active form here, really.
Yes.
Really, while he was actually he made
gazed by the assembly.
By the assembly. Okay?
Yes.
In wonderment with fixed eyes.
Wonderment, Vismaya. And fixed is Stimita, eyes, Netra.
That's the Kriya Visheshanam. That was the hard part of this shloka. I mean, barring all the grammar which we did. There were two difficult things in this shloka. One is this Kriya Visheshanam. Okay, which the lesson that we learned is that we look at this neuter Dvitiya Ekavachanam and look Kriya Visheshanam. The other thing was this compounding of this na shabda. Nayarthasya na shabdasya samasaha. Otherwise you reverse the whole meaning. These are two difficult things in this compound, nati yatra. Of course, if you know Gita, this thing should be easy for you. Okay. He, what is he?
Saha.
Okay. Stretch the string across the bow.
Stretched, I guess, is akarot is a verb.
So
Atatajam.
Atata is stretched and ja is a string. So he, in English, you have to put it like that. So really, if you literally make it, he made the bow such that it
stretched the ring.
A string on it. So
he made the string stretched, right?
With Atatajam is qualifying the Dhanuho. So he made the bow such that the string was stretched on it.
Wow. Yeah.
So the Bahuvri compound is saying what? Atata jya yatra. Right? It was the bow on which the string was stretched. So he made the bow such that the string was stretched on it. In English, yes, they stuck
yeah, it sounds like it was already stretched. Doesn't it?
No, he made it like that. He made the bow.
Akarot, okay.
Akarot, he made it like that.
Yeah.
So he stretched the string across the bow. Then massive like a mountain, that's easy.
Shailasaram.
Saram.
He says massive, but saram is strong rather than massive.
Yeah,
right?
saram has a lot of meaning. Actually, saram has a lot of
yeah.
So like essence, the stuff, Let's see what it is like, and Kalidasa uses sara a lot actually. Let's see the word Sara.
Yeah, Aptaji has also a lot of meanings.
Lot of meanings.
The essence is the most common meaning. Saram
Yes, essence is common meaning. Yeah. It also means like the essential part of something.
Right.
It also means strength. Also means a lot of. I'm sorry, I should do a bad search. Should look for the exact match. Hold on. Okay, Sar. Essential, best, most, excellent. All he gives? Only these meanings? I think there were more, right? There should be more meanings. So anyway, Sara means the sense, the strong. But here, it means it is as strong as. So well, even here we can use it. With the sense, will have the sense for mountain. Need the strength,
Yeah.
Okay, with add little effort. Little effort is what?
Nati yatnaha.
Nati yatnataha. With little effort. And the as is the up is iva.
Iva. Love smaraha.
Smaraha. So puts forth to strings that is the common part between the
same akarot.
So yatha smaraha. So pushpa chapam atatajyam karoti. So the two strings is now soft bow. So soft is
peshalam.
And bow of flowers is easier.
Pushpa chapam.
Yes. That was the whole thing. Okay, so a lot of grammar. I hope I'm not doing too much grammar for you, but that's why we have the class. If you just want to look at the words and make guesses, you can do it at home. It's also not a bad thing. But grammar, will give you more. Basically, grammar gives you more ammunition to make good guesses. The grammar gives you more ammunition. Yes, Nagaraj. I think his hand is up, but I think maybe your mic is not working, Nagaraj. I see your hand up, but your mic is not working. Okay. Next look. Let's see what. So grammar gives you, basically why we learn grammar, because it gives you more ammunition to make good guesses on what the meaning might be. Just the whole idea is to get the right meaning. Not more rules and rules and rules. But now you have so many pointers, so many checks and balances, like in mathematics. And you have so many checks and balances. This cannot be a Bahuvri. This might be the Purusha. This cannot be this. This might be that. And how did this happen? So you have many, many ways to, attack the problem from different sides, Otherwise, if you make wild guesses, then of course you can always do that. You can always make wild guesses. But the more ammunition, the more grammar ammunition that you have, the better, your shot will be more precise, on the meaning. So we do more grammar. So, okay. So, bhajyamanam mati matra karshanatena vajra purushasvanam dhanuho bhargavaya dhramanyave punaha kshatramudyatam iva nyavedayata. So, bhajyamanam mati matra karshanatena vajra purushasvanam dhanuho bhargavaya dhramanyave punaha kshatramudyatam iva nyavedayata. So, one more time. Bhajyamanam matimatra karshanatena vajra purushasvanam dhanuho bhargavaya dhramanyave punaha kshatramudyatam iva nyavedayata. So the cheda is Bhajyamanam ati matra karshanat tena vajra purushasvanam dhanuho bhargavaya dhramanyave punaha kshatram udyatam iva nyavedayata. So the simple sentence is what is the, so what is the Tingantam Padam here? We have Bhajyamanam Atimatra Karshanat Tena Vajra Purushasthanam Dhanuho Bhargavaya Dhramanyave Punaha Kshatram Udyatam Iva Nyavedayata.
Yes. First choice is Nyavedayat.
Nyavedayata. First you can look at the commentary, because normally you have subject, object, verb, right? And normally even if there are any clauses hanging around, they'll also tend to go in the beginning, they might go in between, they'll probably not come at the end. So unless an upama is there, maybe. So the last term is nyavedayata. So that's also one more hint for you. Look at the last, because the verb will tend to come at the end. So nyavedayata. Nyavedayata, he says nyapayamasa iva, as if it informed, as if it alerted. You need with this to know. So what kind of form is this nyavedayata? What you can guess at this one? What lakara is that when you think?
So that sounds like just lung lakara.
Is that lung lakara? Very good. Lung lakara.
Yeah.
Like abhavat.
Yes.
It is ni avedayata. One more thing is that you have to get used to this catching this adagamaha. Adagamaha will go before the dhatu, but not before the upasarga. The upasarga is a puthak padam. So it will not take, the adagamaha will not go before that. It's technically a separate word. That needs a separate word. Only avedayat is the dhatu, is a tingantam padam. Okay. Sutram 6471 says, lung lang rung shvadudataha. Means lung lang rung. These tilakaras. When they come, then there's the adagamaha before the, in the beginning. Now, these tilakaras lung lang rung. The rung is very easy to spot. It's also very rare. Because there's a siya pratyaya and there's pratyaya siya is there, like abhavishyat. Clearly we don't have that. So that one can be immediately struck down. The lung, there's no rung in Gita. The rung is not in Gita. It's a very rare form. It's very easy to spot. It normally comes down between the lung and the lung. The simple test is that. Look at the lat lakara form. If you have the same anga karyam, because they're well known to us, if you have the same anga karyam, then you have the lung lakara. If you have the same anga karyam, that the karyam to the base, with the dhatu undergoing some transformations, those transformations are same as in lat lakara, you have the lung lakara. If not, then it's likely going to be the lung lakara. Simple examples, like abhavat. Now, abhavat is going to be a lung lakara form, because we know the form bhavati. So that bhava is the samanamsha. The angam of bhava is going to be common. If you see the form abhavat, you saw the adagamaha, you know there's no siya in there, so it's not going to be rung, and the bhava is there. So if you just take the bhavati, put the adagamaha, take out the ending, get abhavat. The lung form will be abhut. You look at the form abhut, there's nothing like bhava in there. It's a very simple grammar for you. You can quickly make a very good guess that this must be lung, must be lung. Of course, there's some complicated cases, and the form might be the same. But in 90% of the cases, very quickly, very quickly, it will tell you. Another example, apashyat. Apashyat as opposed to adrakshit. So clearly, apashyat is going to be the same, because pashyati, we all know pashyati. So apashyat is going to be the lung lakara. Adrakshi is going to be the lung. Now we don't know all the rules for adrakshit. We don't know all the rules for that. Doesn't matter. But you know the adagama is there. This has not got the same angam as in lat. So you can say this is a lung lakara. Of course, in the form of adrakshi, it may be hard to even spot the dhatu in there. That's a different story. If you know the dhatu is drash, then adrakshi will not be the lung lakara form. A quick example, ashrunot. And ashraushit. So if you look at these forms, clearly ashrunot is the lung lakara, because shrunoti, you know the form shrunoti. That will be the lung lakara form. Let's look at what you have here when avedayata. So vedayati will be, looks like a lat lakara form to me.
Right.
So this must be a lung lakara. Lung lakara. If you say, when you know more grammar, it gives you more ammunition. So that's how we learn grammar. Say Vedasya Mukham Vyakaranam. So the Vedartha, the meaning of the Veda, and then Shastras also. The way you can get entrance to that is through Vyakaranam. They give you pointers. Now, one more pointer that which is a little bit advanced, but which I happen to know, this is a causative form. Look at the form aya in there, that aya. That aya is the combination of the niche taking guna becoming A, then become Echo Yava Yavaha becoming I, combining with the Shab becoming Ayo. This Ayo is your flag, is your checklist for Nijant Prayoga, causative form or Tengana form. So with this to know, Vedi is to make somebody know or to inform, to make somebody know, to inform or to submit or inform. So these are the meanings of Naivedya. Now I happen to know that if once Nich Pratyaya comes, the lung takes a very special form, the reduplication. See, I told you in Ashtadhyaya there are only 4 rules which tells you when to do Abhyasa. There are only 4 main rules from 6.1.8 to 11. 6.1, I'm kind of a little bit of side tracking. Just an example of how Vyakaran can help you to get different pointers, So 6.1.8 to 11. So 8 is lit lakara, of course, the uvacha. Iti dhatoho anabhyasasya sanyangoho, which is the frequentative and the desiderative and frequentative, like chikir, shati, leli, yasaya. And then shlav is third gana, like jihoti. This last one here, this is changi, chung. That chung is a pratyaya which comes in the lung lakaraha. And if there's a cause in the niche pratyaya, it has to take chung. So now I see no reduplication here. That's another checkpoint for me. So the more checkpoints that you have, you can hone in the answer, with different, you can kind of corner the thing, So this clearly is a lung lakara form. So this is an easy one because you saw dhatu with you pratyaya niche becomes Vedi. I think we won't even go through all the steps because Vedi you add the pratyaya tip, the ending E drops by itascha. 3-4 minutes. Just put some rules down here. So ni plus avedayata. So ni plus avedayata. Avedayata. So first of all, what we have is that we have this hetumati cha. Hetumati cha. Now dhatu with might be in 10th gana also. If that is then with 3.125 then. Churadi if it's swarte niche 3.125. Hetumati niche 3.126. So you found the dhatu vedi. Of course, you do the puganta lagupadasya gunaha. 6. Then you bring in the pratyaya tip, etc. Not putting all the steps. Then what happens is that the ending E is lost by itascha. 3-4-100 drops the ending itascha. But that happens in the lung as well as the lung. Unfortunately, that won't help you decide between lung and the lung. When both lakaras are known as an it, so this 3-4-100 will apply equally in the lung and the lung. So that's not your differentiation point. That will apply both because like adrakshit and apashyat. Adrakshit also ending in ta, apashyat also ending in ta. So unfortunately, that is the commonality. That's what drops the ending ikaraha. Now for the shap comes in katari shap. Before that you will run the 3-7-3-4 tipta G came in, Titascha came in. One more point I mentioned to you, the moment you apply 3-4-78 tipta G, immediately scan the remaining of 3.4. It's all one group, that's kind of one group of sutras. So the moment you bring in this tipta ting, pratyaya in ting, tipta G, etc., immediately don't leave it. See if anything in 3.4 applies to a situation. They're all the transformations of that ending, the verbal affix, the ending, depending on the lakara. So different lakaras, different operations take place. So finish those off. The moment you do 3-4-78, which of course the default, these are 18 defaults, tipta G, 9 padam, in after padam you have 9 of them. Then immediately scan this 3-4 and see, what is coming here. In our case, the itascha came. That's saying is that the ending E will take lopaha. The lakara is new as an it. So bottom line is that this 3-4-78 and the remaining of 3-4 from there on down, like one unit. It's like just like one section. So they all come to, of course, 3-4-70 applies as a default everywhere. And then the remaining fellows, you have to just check them on that routine runs immediately. It's like a computer program. The moment 3-4-78 comes, the remaining of that 3-4 is triggered immediately right there. So So that's what we had. These are the basic habits, doing Tinganda Prakriya. Good habit to have. We got the Pratyaya Shap, then we did, the niche to Guna by Sarvadhatuka, Ardhadhatuka Yoho, and then we did Echo Yavayavaha. Of course, Iragama came in by 6471. So just putting in some steps for you. Nyavedayata means he made somebody know, he informed. Okay. So this causative form means that there should be a karta, there should be a hetu behind it. Somebody is making somebody know. Now, who was that somebody? Who is the hetu? Hetu means the prayojako hetu. Is one who impels, one who instigates, so one who kind of causes. The other karta, the anikarta. There are two of them here. So there is one is the dhanuho. If I look at what he says, dhanuho is the kartru. It's nyavedayata. Is this verb in agreement with whom? Who is this verb agreeing with? The verb is agreeing with somebody. Because clearly it has taken a third person singular form. Purusha ekavachanam, depending on some karta. Who is third person singular? Obviously, it's obvious, right? Who is that? That is the hetu. He is the one who's propelling or instigating or causing. Because once in a causative form, the verb will agree with the hetu, not with the karta who was there before. Take a simple example. You can say, Chhatraha pustakam pathanti. The students read the book. But then Guruho, Chhatran, pustakam pathayati. The teacher makes or teaches the boys how to read the book. So the moment the Acharya came or Guru came, it became pathayati singular, not plural. There are many students, but Acharya is only one. So he is the one because he is the hetu. He is the one who's making the boys read. So he is only one. So even though we had Chhatraha pustakam pathanti, that is now gone because now the hetu has come. Is Guruho, Chhatran pustakam pathayati, ekvachanam. In this case, we have both ekvachanam because the prayojakaha, hetuho is the bhajyamanam dhanuho. This dhanuho is the hetuho. Who is causing this Parashuramaha? Bhargava is Parashuram Bhargava. So he's causing Parashurama to know. He's informing Parashuramaha as if that the Kshatriya race has again raised its head, has risen up again. So this dhanu, when it broke and made that huge sound, it as if send a warning. Not warning, I guess. It sent a signal. It informed Parashuramaha that the Kshatriya race had again come and risen up. That's the gist of the shloka. We are running out of time. Let's get some small grammar and give some homework. Let's just read the commentary and we'll stop. So Tena is coming over here. Again, a wonderful habit which is reinforced Malinatha all the time. Learn to read, learn to analyze like the Tikakara. That's our job. I hope that after doing a lot of verses, you have to learn to think like a Malinatha or a Sridhara or a Shankara. You learn to think like them. How do they think? How do they attack? What tools do they use? And then if we can use the same tools, then we are in good shape. So first thing he took is that he has to put subject, object, verb. That subject is dhanuho. He put kartru. Why did he say kartru? A dhanuho takes the same form in prathama and dvitiya ekavachanam. So he's making it clear that he is the karta, he is the prathama ekavachanam here. Because dhanu is an ambiguous form. Prathama rupam api dhanuho. Dvitiya ekavachanam api dhanuho. Tasmana nyayate dhanuho kartrasya tva karma asti. Tasmat fashtikritam tika akarena. So that's why he made it clear it's kartru. But that dhanuho had some adjectives. So he has to put them before the noun. So there's one adjective here, Vajra Parushasvanam. Another adjective is the Ati Matra Karshanat Bhajyamanam. In fact, there also we can split into two parts. That dhanu has an adjective Bhajyamanam, which was being broken. That that bow which is being broken, bhajyamana. It's a passive form. We'll do it in detail next time. Bhajyamana, dhatu bhanja. Homework for you. This nasal dropped in bhanj become bhajyamana. Then dhatu bandh becomes badhyamanaha. Badhyamanaha. So how it becomes badhyamanaha? What happened to dhatu? Nakara over there. So find a sutram for me next time. Since 6.4. That nasal, the penultimate nasal dropping. Today we saw 6.437. In the class we saw 6.437. It was the ending nasal dropping. Tan became tata. Tan became tata. But this is dhatu bhanj. This is the upadha. Penultimate nasal dropping. The same around there 6.4, a little before 6.4. Okay, I'll give a shorter area to research. From 6.41 to 6.437. In fact, make it even shorter for you. For 6.418 to 6.4. How do I know that, by the way? Because from 6.41 to 6.418 we still in adhika dirghasya. So dirgha. So from 6.3111 to 6.418, all the rules anuvritti of from 6.111 came dhalope purva dirgha anuvritti comes. Dirgha. They all talk about doing dirgha only. So this rule will not be there. We are looking at the this lopaha. So it will not come from 6.311, 6.418. From 6.419 to 6.436, there will be one rule. So the more you can get the topography of Ashtadhyaya in your mind, it gives you, puts you in a very powerful position to attack these problems. So quickly find the answers. So this one, find out how the nasal drop. Anyway, the point I'm trying to make right now is that the dhanu is qualified with bhajyamana. The bhajyamana has behind it a reason for that. The bow was being broken because of ati matra karshanat. It was being pulled too much. It was being pulled too much. Because of that, it was breaking. But then being pulled too much by whom? Ramena. So now you know why he starts with Ramena. Because it says subject, object, verb. Subject is dhanuhu. Dhanuhu has adjectives behind it. One of them is bhajyamana. Bhajyamana has a reason behind it. Atimatra karshanat. That has a karta behind it, which is Ramena. So it has to go in this order. If you just take dhanuhu, you cannot start with dhanuhu. Put the adjective before that, then the reason behind it, and then the reason has a karta behind it. That's why I start. This is how you have to think. Right? Of course, you can put the basic blocks in place. Like simple sentence is dhanuhu bhargavaya nyavedayata. The bow informed Parshurama of something. For the informed name of this Kshatram Udyatam, that the Kshatriyas had come up again. Inform him. Let's finish this one. So Tena Ramena, by that Ramaha, again beautiful habit, there's a pronoun here. Immediately, what is the noun behind it? There must be a noun behind it. You cannot say there's no noun behind it. Because the simple fact that this has no gender number case of its own. It is taken from somebody. There must be something behind it. So Tena Ramena. Atimatra Karshanat, due to excessive pulling. Bhajyamaning, it was breaking. Being broken. Atayeva. Atayeva means therefore, for that very reason. Atayeva means therefore, for that very reason. It was Vajra Parusha Swanam. Parusha comes in Gita, this Parushyam Mevacha, 16th chapter, Parushyam. Parushyam is harsh, very harsh language, very harsh attitude. It's a bad word. Parushyam is very harsh. It's not a good quality to have. So Vajra Purusha Swanam. Swana is sound, like in English, Swana is sound. Vigravakyam, Vajram Iva Purushaha. This is like the moment you see Iva in the Karmadhara compound. 2155, 2156. Like Mega Shyama. Vajram Iva Purushaha. Swanaha Yascha Tat. But this is also becoming Bahuvrihi. So this is a sound which is harsh, like that of a thunderbolt. So Yascha Tat. So that Dhanuhu, who is the Karta? Dudha Manyu is qualifying Bhargavaya because Manyu has many meanings. He gives them to you. Manyuhu, Krodhe, Kratau, Dainya iti Vishwaha. See, this Malinath is a master of this Shabda Kosha. That's why he has the respect that he has. because he can quote from these left and right. In fact, you know what I was reading, I know we're out of time, but just 1 minute. Reading, this Mallinatha's commentary on a lot of texts, including Bhattikayam, including a lot of the Kavyas, including Amar Kosha. And the Amar Kosha commentary of Mallinatha, he quotes from more than like 100 texts. From more than about 100 texts he quotes, if I'm not mistaken. Very large number. I mean, how? So that is why I say respect Mallinatha. Respect not only Mallinatha, but even people like, Sridhara, Shankara, they all have enormous knowledge without computers, without search, without Google. No Google. So they have this enormous capacity to keep this in their head. In fact, his Vaijayanti is, I think, favorite kosha of Mallinatha's Vaijayanti. He quotes from Vishwa, Amar Kosha, Halayudha, this Rudraha. All these are only Shabda Koshas. Then they have Natya Shastram, Sangeeta Shastram, this Kavya, Alankara Shastram. All, of course, they have the Adhyatma. All of these things they keep in their mind. And so respect what they are saying. So what he's saying is that Manyu Krodhe Kratau Dainya. It has various meanings. It means comes in anger, it means sacrifice, it means like a pitiable condition, Dainya. That's why he's giving the Vigraha Vakyam. Because otherwise he not, this is a very simple compound. But because Manyu has many meanings, so that's why he told us that Parashurama is the one whose anger is very strong, very, very, very stubborn anger he has. Durakrodhaya. So Bhargavaya, no commentary is obvious. Parashuramaya. So Kshatram we'll do this next time, by the way. We'll do this one next time. If anybody has any time, this word Kshatram is used by Kalidasa in the Raghuvamsha itself. And Mallinatha has given a good commentary there, of course. And the shloka, I'll give you the number. If anybody has time, you can research 2.53. This word Kshatram means comes in Gita. Kshatram karma sabhavajam. This comes in Gita chapter 18, about 42 or so. Is that Shauryam Tejotirdaksham Yuddhe Chakpalanam Danam Ishara Bhavascha Kshatram karma sabhavajam. Kshatram is from Kshatra. Kshatra is a Kshatriya. So Kshatram is the duty of a Kshatriya. So these are the duties of a Kshatriya. But so this word Kshatram, if you have a minute or so, you can research Raghuvamsha 2.53 of Raghuvamsha Jaldesh. In fact, Kalidasa himself defines what is Kshatriya. So Kalidasa himself defines what is Kshatriya. But so and Mallinatha comments on that. So you can get etymology from right there. Just it doesn't define it here. It comes from so Kshatat Trayati Kshatra. So the one who protects from injury, the one who protects you from injury is a Kshatriya. That is Kshatram. He says Kshatram is not the Kshatriya, but the Kshatriya Kulam, means the family, the clan. Punar, no commentary. Udyatam iti, that it has risen up again. Iti ends the quotation. Where the quotation begin? From here. So Kshatram Punar Udyatam. The Kshatriya race has risen up again. Iti Nyavedayata Nyapayamasa. He maintains the same causative form. He maintained the same nishpatya here also. He took the dhatu with, replaced it with nya. Secondly, he maintained the same causative form, made lit lakaraha. Why lit lakaraha? This should parokshe lit. So he converts that word. So notice the subtle thing that he does for us. Lakara was lung. When can lung be used? When it is anadyatane. Not after. But should not be parokshe. Only if you experience the action yourself, you can use lung. If it's parokshe lit, see, because clearly Kalidasa was not there when Sri Rama broke when the bow was breaking. So the Mallinatha is saying that even though Kalidasa puts Nyavedayata, what he means is Nyapayama, so parokshe lit. That's why he converts this lung to lit. It should be parokshe lit. Anyway, time is up. So we continue next time. Ramo Rajamanishada Vijayate Ramam Ramesham Vijay Ramena Vyata Nishachara Chamu Ramaya Tasmai Namaha Rama Nasti Paranam Parataram Ramaschidasosmyaham Rame Chittvalestada Bhautame Bhurama Mamudhara Rama Rameti Rameti Rame Rame Manorame Sahasranam Tattulyam Rama Namavara Shri Rama Namavara